Have you ever wondered why you sometimes act in ways that even surprise yourself? Why on some days you feel unstoppable and focused, while on other days the smallest distraction throws you off track? The answer lies in a simple but powerful idea from psychologist Kurt Lewin, often called the father of modern social psychology. He gave us a formula that can transform how we understand human behavior. B equals F of P, E. That means behavior is a function of personality and environment. In simple words, how you act is not just about who you are inside, but also about the environment you are in. Let's break it down. Personality is your natural traits, your habits, your strengths, your weaknesses, everything that makes you, you. But environment is the stage you are put on, the people around you, the conditions in which you work and live. And this is where the magic happens. Because while your personality may take time to change, your environment can be designed today, right now, to bring out the best in you. Think about this. A disciplined student who wants to study hard might still end up scrolling on their phone late into the night if their environment is full of distractions, constant notifications, noisy surroundings, or friends who pull them away from books. But put that same student in a library, surrounded by silence and other focused learners, and suddenly their behavior transforms. They sit longer, they concentrate deeper, and they absorb more knowledge. Nothing about their personality changed in that moment. Only the environment did. This is where productivity hacks come alive. You don't always need more willpower or self-discipline. You need to design the right environment that makes the productive choice the easy choice. For example, if you want to eat healthier, you don't need to fight your cravings every time. Just stop keeping junk food at home. Replace the cookie jar with a bowl of fruits. You've changed nothing inside your personality, but you've shifted the environment, and that shift shapes your behavior automatically. Let's go deeper into productivity. Suppose you are working on an important project, but your phone keeps buzzing. You feel tempted to check it, even for a second, and before you know it, half an hour is gone. Now imagine instead you put the phone in another room, or you install an app blocker that shuts down social media for the next 2 hours. Suddenly, your environment no longer gives you the easy option of distraction. And what happens? Your behavior changes. You focus better. Your output increases. And you feel more accomplished at the end of the day. This is not just theory. It is how our brains are wired. Human beings are deeply influenced by context. Imagine a person who is naturally quiet and shy. Put them in a group of supportive friends, and they open up, laugh, and share stories. Put the same person in a hostile environment, and they may stay silent, anxious, and withdrawn. Their personality is the same, but behavior shifts with environment. Now, apply this to productivity. If your desk is messy, with papers scattered, food wrappers, and clutter everywhere, your brain is overloaded just by looking at it. But when your workspace is clean, organized, with only the essentials in front of you, your mind feels calmer, sharper, and ready to work. You've designed your environment, and it shapes your output. Think about athletes. A world-class runner doesn't just rely on personal motivation. Their training environment is designed: quiet tracks, strict routines, a coach pushing them, teammates running beside them. This environment pulls out the best version of their behavior. Imagine if the same athlete had to practice in a crowded street with vehicles honking and people walking across the track. Their performance would collapse, not because their personality changed, but because the environment failed them. Now, let's bring it closer to your everyday life. Suppose you want to build a habit of reading books every day. One option is to rely on willpower, to remind yourself daily, to push through distractions. But that's hard and often fails. A smarter way is to design your environment. Keep a book on your bedside table so the first thing you see before sleeping is the book, not your phone. Or keep one in your bag so that in spare moments, instead of scrolling endlessly, you can read. You've created triggers in your environment that nudge your behavior without much effort. The same goes for exercise. Many people say they don't have the motivation to work out. But look closer, and you'll see it's not just about motivation, it's about environment design. If your gym clothes are buried deep in a cupboard, If your shoes are hard to find, if your gym is far away, your environment is full of friction. But if you keep your workout clothes ready the night before, if your shoes are by the door, if you join a gym that's on your way to work, suddenly the environment makes exercise easier. And what happens? Your behavior follows. One of the most powerful ways to use B equals F P E for productivity is by controlling social environment. Have you noticed how being around driven, focused people automatically makes you push harder? If you're in a group where everyone is working on their laptops silently, you'll also feel uncomfortable wasting time. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by people who gossip, complain, or waste time, your behavior drifts in that direction. That's why successful people often say, choose your circle wisely. Because your environment, especially people, is one of the strongest forces shaping your behavior. Take the example of writing. Many people dream of writing a book, but struggle to sit down and do it. Now, imagine two scenarios. In the first, the person tries to write while sitting on their bed with the TV on and their phone buzzing nearby. In the second, the person goes to a cafe with no Wi-Fi, orders a coffee, and opens their laptop with a single goal of writing for 1 hour. Which scenario is more likely to produce a book? The answer is obvious. Same personality, but the environment decides which behavior shows up. Even companies know this secret. That's why workplaces are designed to influence behavior. Open spaces for collaboration, quiet rooms for deep work, standing desks for energy, wellness rooms for relaxation. These aren't luxuries, they are strategies. By shaping the environment, companies shape employee behavior and boost productivity. Kurt Lewin's insight is timeless because it reminds us of something powerful. You don't need to change who you are overnight to succeed. You don't need to become a different person with superhuman willpower. Instead, you can take control of your environment. You can arrange your home, your desk, your digital tools, and your social circle in a way that nudges you toward the behavior you want. If you want to wake up early, put your alarm clock across the room so you're forced to get out of bed. If you want to drink more water, keep a filled bottle on your desk. If you want to waste less time on your phone, delete distracting apps or make them harder to access. Small environment changes, repeated daily, create massive shifts in behavior. Remember, behavior is not just a reflection of who you are. It is a reflection of where you are. And if you want to upgrade your life, start by upgrading your environment. Your personality may set the potential, but your environment decides the performance. So, the next time you catch yourself struggling, don't just blame yourself. Look around. Ask, what part of my environment is pulling me down? And then, redesign it, one step at a time. Kurt Lewin's simple formula B equals F of P and E is not just psychology. It is a roadmap for success. Personality may be hard to change, but environment is in your hands. And when you take control of it, your behavior follows, your productivity skyrockets, and your future begins to transform.